Konnichiwa everybody, welcome back. Here we are again. As you can see from the thumbnail, this is about the Wii U, and obviously a couple of years ago I finished collecting a full PAL set for the Wii U. Can't really believe it's been 2 years really, but I looked at the PAL videos just before I did this, and yeah, it was December 21, I think it was, when I finished the PAL Wii U set. Seems like, a few months ago. But anyway, about 6 months ago I put out another video regarding what was the kind of value of my Wii U set in regards sort of CX prices and eBay prices and that kind of thing. And I kind of made that video because I was thinking about moving it on. I thought about it for a while, and I ended up deciding it had got to go for a variety of reasons. I wanted the space, to be honest. It took up quite a lot of room because I got all the big box stuff. And I've kind of changed my philosophy in the room in recent months, where I'm trying to get rid of sort of clutter, and if I can't display it, I don't want it in storage, it's got to go. And that was kind of where the Wii U ended up. Plus, I needed the money for life in general, for bills, kind of boring stuff we've all got to pay. But I also needed the money to invest in what I was doing in the garage, and I also needed the money to buy stuff I was buying off Craig as well. So there were many reasons why I decided it was time to move it on. I don't regret in any way collecting it. I really enjoyed the sort of hunt of tracking down all the games, thoroughly enjoyed it. I've never collected a full set of anything before, so I don't regret it in any way. But that said, I am more than happy I decided to move it on and get rid of it, or most of it. I've no regrets about doing that either. Would I ever collect another full set? No, not for me. I think it's a great journey to go on. I admire watching other people do it, but it's not something I'd ever want to do again. So, the crux of this video basically is what I decided to keep. Having collected the full set of 162, is it, I think, from memory? Something like that anyway. Yeah, it was a case of sort of looking through it and deciding what I thought I might want to play in the future, or what I had experience of playing and enjoyed and wanted to keep for nostalgia. And so this is what I've ended up with, really, what I'm going to show you now. I'm not saying these are the best games on the Wii U necessarily, but they're the ones that make any sort of click with me, that I think they're worth keeping and worth buying. In the most part, a lot of the Wii U stuff is available on other consoles, and predominantly most of the Nintendo first party stuff has been ported to the Wii with ported to the Switch with slight enhancements. So the argument for buying a Wii U now is very slim, I would say. However, there are one or two that are locks on the Wii U, so I'll show you now what I've decided to keep. Like I say, there was 161 or 2 in the full set from memory. I've ended up keeping 23, so I've sold nearly 140 of them. So that kind of shows you my thoughts on the Wii U library, I suppose, really, in many ways. Yeah, so there was something else I was going to say then, it's bloody gone out of my head. It might come back to me. Anyway, first one I've kept is the only one in the green box, and we've got Super Luigi U. Again, it's on the Switch. But I've got no interest in rebuying the same game on the Switch, so I'm happy to keep my Wii U games. So we've got Super Luigi U. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Initially, when I first got into collecting the full set, you know, I started off. I'd got my original collection of Wii U games, what I'd had from new, and I think I'd got around 30 odd, maybe up to about 40 games in my initial, you know, collection before I decided to go for the full set. So what I've cut it back down to now here is actually less than I started with. So I don't know what that tells you really, but anyway, next one I kept the same game as the previous one really, Super Mario Brothers Wii U, which also includes Super Luigi U. But I kept that one because I like the green box really. It's a bit different in it, and that one is actually a bit more elusive. But that's kind of the 2-on-1 disc. So in that sense, I've kept 22 games really. Or maybe 21, because I've also kept the standalone Super Mario Brothers U. I mean, it's a classic. Great games. You can't go wrong with 2D Mario games, really. So you could argue those three are one game, essentially. I've also kept Super Mario 3D World. Again on the Switch, but I've got no interest in buying it. This one will do me. We've kept Mario Kart 8. I'm not a fan, if I'm honest, but it feels, I don't feel as though I can not have a variant of Mario Kart. Even though I don't like it, I feel like I need it in my collection. Mario Kart's gone downhill ever since the first one for me. But anyway, I've kept Mario Kart 8. I do actually have that one on the Switch. Now this one is actually locked on the Wii U, and it highlights the sort of functionality of the Wii U. And we've got Nintendo Land, because it was the packing in a lot of cases. It was when I bought mine anyway. Because this highlights the use of the tablet. Essentially it's a collection of mini games, but they are really quite good, and they're all themed on sort of Nintendo franchises. Like there's a Yoshi game, there's an F-Zero game, there's a Pikmin game, is there? And you know, there's all various type of games using Nintendo franchises. I mean, it's dirt cheap. If you've not got this for your Wii U, I would definitely buy Nintendo Land, because it's good fun. Next one we kept, these are obviously all first party titles. We've kept Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Now I actually really like this. Essentially kind of a platform puzzle game where you've got to negotiate yourself around the sort of rotating tower. Really like this game. Really cool. Again, you can get it on the Switch, but I sound like a broken record. Yoshi's Woolly World, another great 2D platformer. Looks amazing. Again, there's an updated one on the Switch. I did have that, and I sold that on actually, but I kept it on the Wii U. And then also, not really my kind of game, but I do like what they did with this. It is cool, sort of spraying the paint around, and I love how vibrant and colourful the worlds are. And there is a decent one-player game on it, so I do, even though it's not my kind of game, I do like Splatoon, so I kept that. Now this one, again, is another one that's sort of locked on the Wii U, because it uses the functionality of the tablet quite a bit, and it's Kirby and the rainbow paintbrushes. Yeah, really good 2D platformer. Kirby game, obviously. Really good in sort of two-player co-op play. This is. I remember playing through this with my nephew a few years back, and you know, one plays on the tablet, one plays on the screen, and sort of you aid each other in what you're doing on your screen. Really, really good. And because it uses the tablet, obviously, almost impossible to port to the Switch. So hence this one's stuck on the Wii U. So that's definitely one to buy if you've got a Wii U. Possibly the greatest reason or one of the greatest reasons to own a Wii U currently. Wind Waker HD. I can't believe they haven't put this on the Switch. It seems incredible they haven't. Stunning game. I love cel-shaded graphics. I can't understand why there aren't more games with cel-shaded graphics. Because they're timeless, they don't age. It still looks sensational, this. And it always will, I think. It's a fantastic game. Again, I don't know why they haven't put Twilight Princess HD on the Switch either. You know, make a pack up of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. It seems perfect logical sense. They've done it with Mario games, so God knows why they never did. But that's why I kept this, obviously, because it's the only way you can play the HD version. And currently, those two Zelda games are really pricey. Obviously, if they ever release it on the Switch, or it might even be the next console now, the price on them will drop through the floor. Like because all these first-party Nintendo games generally are 10 quid and under. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Is it Returns? Sorry, Tropical Freeze. Another classic 2D platformer. Again on the Switch, but that one will do me. Again, now this is another one that's locked on the Wii U. Game & Wario. And because it's locked on the Wii U, this is another pricey one. I think this is like 60 quid plus, or was last time I checked. Essentially mini games using the tablet, hence why it's locked on the Wii U. Not something I'm that bothered about really, but I thought it seemed to make sense to keep this. So I did. Because it uses the tablet, I can't ever see that being on anything else, and hence it's always going to be pricey. So I decided to keep it. Then we've got Mario Smash Tennis. I like a tennis game, an arcadey sort of colourful tennis game, and you know the Mario sports games are really good for that. And it's worth nothing, so I kept Mario Tennis. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I've not actually really played this. It's just famously, it's the best version on the Wii U apparently. I think I've got it on the PS3 as well, which I've not played. But because it's supposed to be best on the Wii U, I can't remember why, it's been ages since I read that, I decided to keep it. This used to be pricey. I don't think it's quite as pricey as it was. It was quite rare to get the English version. Most of them were European. However, I still don't think it's like a dirt cheap game. So I kept that. Now this is an awesome game. Had this from back in the day, brand new. Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. Fantastic kart racer. Far better than Mario Kart in my opinion. You know, a modern Mario Kart. This is a stunning game. So I was always going to keep this because I've probably got most nostalgia for this on the Wii U. It's probably the game I played most. So this was never going anywhere. You can obviously get it on the PS3 and 360 as well. But for me, it's always been a Wii U game. In a similar vein, we've got Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Multi-event sports title. Not much to say about it. I think there's one of it's either this one or Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. One of them at the time was pricey. I think it was that one, from memory. It was about 40 quid, I think, when I was collecting. But anyway, I kept them both. Both good fun sports titles, so I thought, why not? Not many left now. Now this is one you might think, why the hell has he kept that? But I kept Planes, Fire and Rescue. I'm not sure if this is only on the Wii U or if it's on the Xbox and PlayStation. I wouldn't like to say. I've not seen them on them, but it could be on them. But anyway, I kept this because it reminds me of Pilot Wings. It's that kind of game. Obviously aimed at kids, which suits me down to the ground. Just kind of different missions, flying planes around. Really good fun. Again, it's not worth anything, so I kept it. And for exactly the same reason, I kept the original game as well. Planes. They're just really good fun, bright, colourful graphics, simple gameplay. You know, a good sort of aeronautical Pilot Wings style game. If you like Pilot, I'm not saying it's like exactly like Pilot Wings, but if you like that kind of thing, really good. Right, we've got 2 left. The first one, again, it's worth absolutely nothing. I think it's quite a decent fighter, so I kept it. It's you know, it's like £5 or less. Injustice: Gods Among Us. I mean, I think of it as Mortal Kombat with sort of comic book characters. Really good. Again, you can get it on everything, but rather than sell it and buy it on something else, I thought, well, I might as well keep it on that. Now, for me, along with the 2 Zelda games, this is the reason to buy a Wii U. So the last game I kept was Tank. Fantastic game. It's a Namco arcade game. Only ever got ported to the Wii U, and it's still only available on the Wii U as far as I'm aware. Basically, it's a kind of, like I say, it's an arcade game, so it's, you know, it's bright, colourful, fun, easy to pick up and play. You're in a tank and you're sort of within a 3D arena, and you've got to sort of blast the other tank out the water. And you know, in that sense, it's a kind of one-on-one fighter in a tank, if you like, kind of like Virtual On in a tank. That's my kind of sort of philosophy with it. But stunning game, and definitely the best reason to own a Wii U today, in my opinion. Again, that was never going anywhere. And that's it. 23 games I've kept. 21 really, if you count all those Mario, new Super Mario games as one, really, which is what they are. Out of original total of 161, I think it was. But that's what I decided was worth keeping, and the rest was surplus, and I'm delighted, you know, I've got rid of it now, and it's gone on to pay for other stuff that I do actually want in the collection, which is, you know, perfect for me, and that's what I'll be doing in future with, you know, many things really. I just want stuff I can display and what I want to play. But let me know what you think. This will be the last Wii U video in the series. Obviously, it's been going on three odd years probably. Now it's all gone, and I'm left with that. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon, all being well. Sayonara.